Hello, I am Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and thank you so much for visiting my channel today. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning visitor, thanks for coming back. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing if you like my content. And also remember to give this a thumbs up as well. At any point during this video, if you feel inspired to do so. It is very much appreciated. So I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. I am a singer, songwriter, music producer, as well as an intuitive reader of tarot and oracle cards. And I do so much other stuff, but I'll just stop there. I'm also a homeschooler. For any of my homeschool parent buddies out there who are also homeschoolers, I'm really excited that the summer break is here. All right, so let's get started. I am going to actually, before I get started, sage the cards. I'm going to pick a message of the day for the Divine Collective. All right, what is a message of inspiration today for the Divine Collective? And I've got my sage burning here. Actually, it's a combination of sage and Palo Santo incense. And it is inside of my incense holder here. So if you don't have an incense holder for your incense, consider getting one. I love it. And I also like that it's enclosed, so my incense can kind of like do its thing, but I can know that nothing surrounding it is going to be impacted. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to call on my higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest white light to please help guide this message of the day of inspiration for the collective. What is a message of inspiration? Thank you. And I am actually right now shuffling on this deck here. Okay. And then I'll pick a card from the Crystal Intentions deck afterwards. And if I'm inspired to pick any other cards from any of my other decks, I'll do so. But that's kind of where I'm starting right now. All right. So, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest white light, please help guide a message of inspiration for the Divine Collective today, a message that can help them work out whatever's going on in their lives. And this is a timeless message, so whenever you see this message, if it's relevant for you, then by all means, it's for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and this is not a personal reading, okay? This is merely a general collective energy read of all of the zodiac signs. Okay, so this card just popped out, but it popped out face down, so I'm not going to take it. We're going to keep shuffling. I'm going to keep shuffling. All right. Higher self, angels of the highest white light, Holy Spirit guides. What is a message of the day that can be offered to the collective as a message of inspiration? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I got a couple of cards. I'm going to take these ones. I got 3 cards here. I'm going to keep shuffling. I'm going to lay them out in the order that I received them. So let's keep going. And they are the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. Okay. Higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest white light, please help guide a message of inspiration today for the Divine Collective. Thank you. What should we, take a look at in order to help us along this day's journey? It's a message of inspiration that can be offered. Thank you. Let it be revealed. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, there's always an opportunity for it to turn into something better. All right, so this card that flipped here is the Six of Wands. Okay. Let's keep going. So this Page of Wands card here, kind of signifying something new on the horizon. You've got a tool at your disposal, something that can help you create some things into your life. All right, so we've got 3 that flipped. So we've got the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess card, and the Knight of Swords. Just give me a moment. Let me just review, and then I'll see if I am inspired to pick another card from here. All right, so we're starting off with this Page of Wands card. And this card here is basically signifying, you know, some type of a new beginning of sorts. Potential, you know, starting out without a whole lot of knowledge about what you're about to embark on, but being hopeful, being in a state of curiosity, being in a state of optimism. And, you know, although there's not much going on back here other than kind of like a deserted area, there's potential. You're looking at your tool like, I can create something here. There's a lot of, you know, surrounding here, a lot surrounding me, perhaps a lot surrounding you, and that doesn't really look like much to work with, but you've got your tool. So with your tool, you're able to create and manifest whatever you desire. But what is that? Because here we've got the Ace of Cups, okay? And it's like a hand coming out from the sky on this card. Hand coming out from the sky. So basically signifying a bit of divine assistance with being able to balance out yourself emotionally so that your cup can runneth over, right? So what's going on? Because you're starting in a place of newness, of, you know, you don't have a whole lot to work with, but you have a tool, you have a resource here. You've got a skill set, all right? You may not know a whole lot about the ins and outs of how this tool can perhaps be used, but you have it. So you're gonna learn along the way because there's so much at your, there's so much in front of you that you may not see just yet because, you know, you're kind of new at this, at whatever that is for you. And so, but there's the potential with divine assistance that's offering you the stability that you may need in your life right now in order to have your cup running over. You know, whatever that cup is for you, whether that's your emotions, being in a more balanced state emotionally, that's typically what the cups represent in the tarot, is symbolizing, you know, the emotions. So let's see. And then we've got this Nine of Swords because, yeah, apparently there's been a lot going on where you've potentially been in your headspace, contemplating, thinking, working out, worrying, you know, just kind of upset. Something's just been on your mind. You just got you so, you know, worked up inside. And so you're going through it. Six of Swords, going through it so much that you just have to change your environment in order to be able to have a more balanced emotional fulfillment. So whatever you're doing here as embodying this type of energy of being new at something, but you've got a skill set in order to manifest and create something different for yourself. Whatever that is, if you use your tool wisely in order to have the goal of being balanced emotionally, to not feel as weighed down and in your head as you may be feeling right now, perhaps you may need to take a journey. And sometimes that's a journey within ourselves. Sometimes it's not a literal journey of location, physical location, or it could be, but perhaps it's a journey within. In order to become that, embody that energy that this card represents, which is an energy of basically a Queen of Wands, being accomplished in an area of that skill set. So we're here, you may have started out with something, or may be starting out with something where you're not quite sure what you're doing or how to do it, who might be helping you do it, but you're optimistic about the potential of just getting it done. So optimistic that you change what you need to change, modify what you need to modify in order to land in a state of energetic frequency where you are owning it. You've made so many modifications within yourself, or perhaps you need to make so many modifications in order to land in this type of an energy of being well protected, right? On this card, we've got this cat here, we've got these statues, and, sitting on the throne and, holding that same tool that you once started out with, not having all of the insights about, but mastered it. Somehow, some way, you've mastered it or are on your way to mastering it. So keep going. Because once you master that, you basically can land in this seat of energy of being, having that full-on balance and having the ability to have taken what was nothing and turned it into something. Look at all this bountiful fruitfulness behind this image on the card here, this high priestess image, right? All of this amazing fruitfulness that has been created as a result of observing what you were feeling, making those modifications, taking a journey, whether that's a literal physical journey to be in a different environment for yourself that can be more beneficial to you, or just going within yourself and taking that journey within in order to really modify what are those behavioral patterns that you may be on a trajectory of that may not be leading you where you want to go. How do you change that? How do you modify that for yourself? Doing whatever is necessary, because you see the goal is to have all of that emotional fulfillment, to have so much to be able to give to others, so what the cup is running over with just fulfillment and joy, right? Mastering that skill set to basically sit on your own seat of accomplishments and guarding the gates, because all that work you put in, or all that work you are putting in, perhaps you're in the middle of this, perhaps all that work that you're doing on yourself, right? Because we can't change other people. We can only modify ourselves in how we think, in the actions that we take, in order to put us in the position of being, having that divine energy of knowing and of being able to protect whatever it is that you created that's behind you here, right? Because you're not going to be frivolous. You did a lot of work, or you're doing a lot of work, because you see that goal. Went through a whole lot emotionally in your head, overthinking things, overdoing things that didn't really land you with what you want yet. So you got to do something different. You have to do something different. Getting outside of your comfort zone to land in a comfortable zone. Right? But we're always growing, because even though you can land here, you could still end up right back here. And it's like, well, how did that happen? So we want to make sure that we're protecting our creative endeavors, right? You want to make sure that whatever the work is that you've been putting in to create, manifest things for yourself, you are protecting it, right? She's got all this protection. These lions, the cat, even this flag behind her, right? And she's wearing a color that symbolizes love. And then we land here with this Knight of Swords card. And so some energy is rushing in. But the question is, rushing in to do what? Because you started here in this newness of this adventure, right? To create something here. Because you had a goal in mind. You already put in all the work and the sweat and the tears. You put in a whole lot of emotional, you're already drained enough emotionally in this whole process. So much so that you had to really do something different, whether that's physically relocating or going within and changing a whole lot within yourself. So what's this knight doing? Who's this? So with all of the work that you're putting in to change your circumstance, to modify whatever's going on with you, the goal is right in front of you. Don't lose sight of the goal. Don't go from this status all the way back down to this status by allowing someone to rush in as if they're going to fix what you've already fixed. So I'm giving this Knight of Swords the side eye right now. Because what's the intention of this Knight of Swords? So in your life, pay attention to those individuals that start to show up after you already did all the work. They start to show up as if they're going to help you do the work. But it's like, you're late. Late to the party. Okay? So don't go from here all the way back down to here. Because by doing that, you're going to be back here to have to land back over here. So no shenanigans. we can see the shenanigans, right? Pay attention for the shenanigans, right? And you always want to be mindful, because sometimes everyone who shows up after you've reached a level, after you've reached your goal, sometimes everyone who decides to then show up, pay attention, see what their motive is, intention, right? Kind of like, because everyone may not be trying to do anything to send you back into this energy, but you also don't want to think that they're not. So pay attention, okay? That's what I would say about this particular card. Pay attention. And I'm going to look this card up just so that I can give you clarity from what the book says about that particular energy that could show up after you've done all the work. So let's see. Knight of Swords. And I am reading from this book here called the Tarot Bible. All right. Self-assured, incisive, frank, impetuous, knowledgeable, critical or indiscreet, impatient, tactless, and brusque, powerful intellect. So whoever this is, they've got a whole lot of insights. Analyzes the situation, cuts off from feeling. All right. So already I don't have to read anymore from there. Okay? So you did all this work, right? You had all of this nothingness back here. You saw your goal of emotional fulfillment, so much emotional fulfillment and balance that your cup is running over, that you can help other people become emotionally fulfilled and balanced, because you were so imbalanced already. So much so that you had to go on the inside or go on a journey to fix all of that. And you did. You fixed all of that with the skill set that you had. So much so that you landed with all of this energy behind you and all this amazingness and balance and protecting what you were able to accomplish. And then here's someone decides to show up in your energy that's cut off from emotions. That's the opposite of this. And this was your goal. Shenanigan. So pay attention to anyone trying to show up who is in this type of an energy, as if they're going to do so much to help after you already did all the work. There's nothing left for them to do. So let's pick a crystal of the day. Let's see, what's the crystal of the day? Sage these cards. And actually, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, y'all. Subscribe to my channel. And the incense that I am burning here, I actually have this linked in the description as well. For those of you who, want to have a way to help clear the energy in your space, sage Palo Santo has a very nice aroma when combined. I know sometimes just sage by itself may be a bit of a strong scent, depending on the environment that you're in. You may, need something that's less potent from a aroma perspective. So something that has a sage and Palo Santo combination is very pleasant, and it does clear the energy. So let's find out, what is the crystal of the day that can coincide with this message? Higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest white light, please help guide. What is the crystal of the day that can be revealed for for this message. What is crystal of the day that coincides with this message of having put in so much work and effort? You saw the goal at hand and you reached it. You had to go through so much emotional stress and turmoil and some real tough times. So much so that you had to modify a whole lot. And so you did. You did the work. Or you're in the process of doing the work. And once you reach that goal, you protect it. And don't let anybody show up as if they've got so much to do. You already did it. All right. It's nice to have assistance. It's nice to have help, right? You definitely want someone to hold their own weight if they're showing up into your life. But at the same time, be mindful of people who try to, show up and then act as if they're the reason why you reached your goal when you already reached it before they showed up. Okay, so here we have rhodonite. Okay, I'll show you the back of the card. All right. My mental and emotional bodies are balanced. What? Yes! We were just talking about that. This is I attract nurturing people. Nurturing people. Not people who want to show up all of a sudden and as if they did all the work when you already reached your goal. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're late. My mental and emotional bodies are balanced. I attract nurturing people. Nurturer. You became the nurturer. So when you become the nurturer, you attract what you become. So when you attract what you become, there's always going to be those folks who want to show up and act as if you need them. I'm not saying we don't need people in our lives. People come into our lives for different reasons to help us learn different lessons. But some of these people that show up can potentially be, narcissists. Want to act like they did the work. So, release heartache, grief, and sorrows of past relationships. You did a whole lot of releasing. You did a lot of releasing. You did a lot of releasing. Or are in the process of doing a lot of releasing. Encourage lightheartedness and joy. Restore the balance of confidence and emotions. Restoring the balance of confidence and emotions. Okay? So, thank you so much for your time. I really hope this message was helpful for someone out there who may be going through a situation where you're starting off new, but you have some skills and you just have to go inside, release whatever you need to release emotionally in order to be able to, achieve the goals that you have set for yourself, because they are attainable. It's a mindset. And when you can get out of your own way and get out of your own mental shackles, then you become that energy that can protect and that is protected and nurturing. Okay? So I am, and remember, to get yourself some rhodonite. I will have a link to rhodonite linked in the description as well. So you can get yourself some rhodonite to wear either as jewelry pieces or as just get the stone. Anyway, I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise, singer, songwriter, producer, music producer, and intuitive reader of tarot and oracle cards. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And if you like this video, give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I will also have a link to my tip jar for those of you who are inspired to offer a monetary gift. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for those of you who have done that already. It is very much appreciated. And thank you. So I am going to reel my energy back to me. I'm going to send your energy back to you. And thank you so much for your time and attention, and have a fantastic day. Until next time.